get our sports drink and salt sticks. Oh, might help if I show the right side of the label. Definitely important. What was it called? Vasovagal, right? Using Pedialyte packets just because that's what I have. Usually it's Gator Light packets, but this is what we have on hand right now. Got my drinks, got the iPad, most important thing.
Have a good ride.
See you in a bit.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Using the treadmill and being able to listen to music and watch podcasts or listen to podcasts, watch movies, TV shows. It's definitely a little bit of a crutch since college when these easy runs are pretty tough some days, especially after work. But it's one of those things that as long as you get the time on your feet and the miles in, kind of just do what you got to do to make it happen. I've definitely been guilty at times of losing those disciplines that make a difference over time, cutting runs by 5 or 10 minutes, and then you look back and you realize, like, I really just haven't built up the volume I need, or you spend too much time inside and then your body feels extra fatigued after runs outside. But I think there's definitely a healthy balance I'm starting to find using the treadmill and other resources to keep me healthy, but also not abusing them where I've lost the discipline that the daily training and weeks of training build. Movie for today is going to be the F1 movie. But first, do audio listening of Luke chapters 3 and 4 as a refresher for my Bible study tonight. So we'll listen to that for the first couple miles and then resume the movie from yesterday. Mile 6, average is down to about 7:05. 7 miles in, just under 49 minutes. All right, it's 50 minutes with 20-30 second pickups. Once we hit minute 50, total 8 miles, right at or maybe just under 56 minutes. So it's good work for a Monday, can't complain. After listening to those chapters in Luke to start the run, I was just reminded how John the Baptist and Jesus were both in the wilderness before their ministry started. And I was just reminded that there's a purpose in those wilderness seasons that we have, and that's perfectly exemplified by both John the Baptist, his life, and Jesus. So we shouldn't just pray those seasons away. If anything, we should pray that what they're meant for, what we're supposed to learn in those seasons, that we learn that faster. We might then better serve the Lord and his will on earth and his will for our life. On a different note, the F1 movie is great for the treadmill. Just the fast-paced movie, the racing, and then the music in the background is amazing. But all that to be said, good first day of training for the week, and we will check back in the morning as we head out for our workout. It's Tuesday morning, the 30th. Getting everything ready to head out for a morning workout. Going to Shelby Bottoms Nature Center to do the workout on the Greenway. Meeting JR, and we're running a little behind, but that's what happens when you're trying to dress for a real feel of 15 degrees. You have to make sure you got everything, all the layers and the gloves and the hats. Got our coffee, got our Cliff Bar to eat in the car, got all our other stuff. Time to hit the road. Thankfully the workout today is going to be a progression run, so not going to be having to stand in the cold too much. That way we're not starting and stopping or on the track. The progression today is not anything too crazy.
with everything else I've been doing to try to continue to build to get back in shape. It'll be a 7-mile progression, but we'll start at about 5:25, go up to 6:15 for the second mile, and then cut down 10 seconds a mile from there back to 5:25. Right now that I just pulled in and there's nobody here but me and JR, I'm very salty. I can let him convince me to do the workout here. Because if we were at the track, we would have a nice warm indoor facility that we could at least put our stuff down in. It's alright, this is what we signed up for. So we got the layers, just gotta stay warm. My brother.
Also, how you leave me out of the vlog?
I'm not leaving you out.
You vlog and then you don't even get me in the vlog. My name's Jacob Russell Lister. You got the game going on?
I can't even see anything.
Well, we can warm up out there.
Yeah.
And then
I was saying the one thing is I'm missing that indoor facility right now.
Oh, dude.
I'd rather do it out here though than the block loop.
7 miles. What is it?
You never said the YMCA.
You know I'm a treadmill guy, baby.
I'd have been perfectly happy on a day like this to go to the YMCA.
It's freezing out here. It's cold. And that's why I think it's aerobically strong.
Another warm up with JR. Trying to get me
We
to
can actually see ourselves now too, huh? Look at that. Look at that sky.
Trying to talk me into some indoor meets. All right, JR, any final thoughts?
Yes. There's a man across from us who's about to look like he's going for a walk. I'm okay running in this weather because we actually warm up when we start moving fast. To walk in this weather is insane. These are the Asics Meta something. I can't remember what Paris. I think the Paris ones.
Oh yeah.
Plated. So.
About that guy, I don't know how you warm up in this weather just walking. All right, check back in after the session.
11 miles, right? 7, 8,
11
10,
total.
11. Huh?
11 total.
Yeah, 11 total.
Tell the folks at home.
Started off really cold. We got warmed up though, pretty good. 7 miles. I told Zach this is probably one of the best sessions we've had in terms of just hitting the pace right on the dot. Felt good, felt controlled. Gonna run it again later in the PM. That's right.
He's very ambitious. No double for me. But yeah, we were right on pace throughout the whole thing. Definitely felt like JR was dragging me along for most of it, but we survived it. Certainly a couple miles in was wishing I was wearing a pair of workout flats. So this is probably the last session that I try to do in trainers. Very pleased, can't complain hitting the paces like that on a morning this cold. Like I was saying, definitely got a couple miles in and was regretting not wearing even just an old pair of workout flats. So definitely convinced me that I'm fit enough to make it through a workout in some flats. I've got the strength and my body's back used to training enough to throw on a pair. Overall, really pleased with this morning. I mean, the freezing temps, not great sleep, and not that training last week wasn't good, but with the holidays and travel, that just always throws a bit of a question mark in your training going into a session like this that's a bit longer. The longer aerobic sessions, I start to feel the lack of sleep and lack of fitness in those later miles. Making it through this session was definitely a testament to having a workout partner. Such a difference. That session wouldn't have been near the quality it was without JR. So very grateful that we've been able to link up a lot more recently, and we'll be getting back in some more easy miles with him come Thursday. Rushing back to log on to work and got a full day of that ahead. But that's it. Check back in for easy run and a lift tomorrow. It's Wednesday, about to go for a recovery run with a little bit of a lift right after. But before we head over, I must show what has been consuming so much of our dear time. Needless to say, it's game day tomorrow. Right before we go, is it Simply Nature fruit strip from Aldi. it's hard to not eat one before a run. So we're gonna head back to the treadmill here in Nashville. Of course, it's already dark. And I don't wanna throw on all those layers. Also, another Aldi find. For the first time ever, when we were there yesterday, they actually had Gator Light, which is a huge win. I've had to be pretty intentional with my hydration and especially electrolytes. Just had a crazy dehydration, electrolyte imbalance situation over the summer, which has forced me to be a lot more intentional. And I was pretty caught off guard because I drink a lot of water as is, so it was definitely a shock to go through something like that, but it just kind of has showed me that even with getting older, that's one of those things, those disciplines of running that I can't lose track of and let slip. Also, the debate for this run is whether I finish watching the F1 movie, watch the Miami-Ohio State football game, or continue watching rounds of Scotty Scheffler on YouTube. So we'll see what I'm feeling once we get in here. Only gonna go for 35 or 40 minutes. Keep it easy. Legs feel okay after yesterday's workout, but don't want to kill it too much because we're still trying to do 2 workouts a week right now while the volume's low. So 40 minutes and we'll hit some lift exercises afterwards. We'll start right about 8-minute pace, and we'll definitely stay there longer than we do on a normal run. That's 40 minutes, just about 5.5 miles, give or take. Now we're gonna hit a quick lift, just like 2 rounds of each exercise, and we'll call it a day. I'm gonna match some pull-ups with dumbbell squat, maybe split stance, I'm not sure. Maybe do a split squat, and then I'm gonna do ab rollers matched with either RDL or, no, it'll probably be RDL. That's a simple one. And then, I don't even know what they're called, like cable extensions from the machine matched with maybe just some springy jumps over the bench to simulate box jumps. I like to do that to keep some of those quick twitch muscles that are in the Achilles and lower calves. Even though it's not a box to jump on, it does pretty good. Just finished the exercises. Like I said, 2 rounds of everything, and man, it counts for something. I tell you what, it doesn't take much, but man, you know, it's hard to get in the gym on top of running 6 days a week since college, because in college we were in the gym twice a week. Finally had a good relationship with being in the gym the last few years of college. So at this point I know it's beneficial. It's hard to carve out that time to be in here twice a week, but man, even just getting in here once a week, if I haven't been, and then I start going again, I start feeling those benefits. You just feel a little bit stronger on your runs. You can recover a little bit faster. I think the biggest thing I notice is in longer races, like the half marathon and the marathon, I feel stronger. And not necessarily like, oh, I can run faster, but like my body is taking less of a beating in those longer distances. And surprisingly, something that really helps the most, because you're late in those races, you're thinking about so much. One of the most helpful things is pull-ups and push-ups to keep my shoulders, my upper back, and mid-back healthy, because a lot of races where I'm getting back cramps and you just feel it tightening up at the end of the race, and you just feel like that's one more thing restricting you when you're already so fatigued. So needless to say, even just getting in here once a week, it's so beneficial. That's it for today. Headed back to the house. So good recovery day. That's a pretty typical one for me. In the next few weeks, I definitely want to get my recovery days to be a little bit longer since they're slower aerobic days. There's no reason they can't be a little bit longer runs like they usually are when I'm in good shape. But that being said, today is New Year's Eve, 2026 tomorrow. And you know, the odds are not many people are gonna see these videos, but I was trying to think of something I could say as it relates to the new year. And what came to mind was actually a scripture the Lord's put on my heart a lot recently, from Matthew 6. And it's, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And it's not to say that we're dismissive for the days that are yet to come, but I think for me it really forces me to be present in the day I am and understand that for me to pursue the Lord's will and what the Lord's best is for me in each day, it's to relinquish those worries about the days ahead to Him and trust His sovereignty and His providence and His provision. And the best thing I can do is pursue Him wholeheartedly today. So leave that with you for today, and we'll check back in the morning for a run with JR.
Let's get this work in.
New character.
This girl called me fat.
Hello, everybody.